Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are now tuning in to episode 20 of the Off the Menu podcast. I am your friend, your host, Key, here with my brothers, my co-hosts, P, Tay, and Moose. And as always, IT technical support, Sifu Ying, and technical support assistant, Maddie.
Hey,
And
Let
a
'em
very
know.
special guest.
And a very, very special
Very
guest.
special
Let them
guest.
know.
my son, Harvey. Say hi to the people, baby.
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent.
Harvey did.
Harvey, my son.
Oh.
Shout out to Harvey and Maddie for being here on a special episode 2015-16. If you guys don't
Going
know,
crazy.
this is episode 20,
Crazy.
recording on the 15th of August.
We made it to 20, boys.
We made it.
Oh, yeah.
Going crazy.
Jesus.
Shout outs to y'all, man. Thank you so much.
Never gonna get used to that.
Pew, 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 pew.
Matt, why do you say Moose's name first? You threw me off.
You did throw me off. I was like, oh.
I just
You had
went
it
off of
rewritten?
what was in my notes.
You rewrote it,
I
huh?
fucked it.
Because last week you looked
fucked
at
it up.
Moose and stared at him and then said, Moo?
Well, I was missing for a couple
Mickey
weeks.
Moo.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
Yeah. Moo and Boo back together again, huh?
Back again.
Speaking of Boo, thank you guys for getting us on the last video to 50 likes and to 150
Going crazy.
subscribers. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
man.
for
I love y'all, but fuck y'all.
You got us there, dude.
Yeah,
That was
that
all
was
you
all
did.
me.
me.
Is your life worth 50 likes? Now that you think about it,
Fuck no.
I thought you were like the 100 life guy, like the 100 likes.
Oh yeah,
and then we'll do it.
We're
But
far
baby
beyond.
steps.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could have got there.
We're moving forward.
we could have got there. I think because we said a month, we got there in a week.
Yeah.
That was tight. Shout outs to
That's
y'all for
pretty
that.
quick though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout outs y'all for that. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally 1 week.
Since episode dropped.
Thank you to everybody that liked.
But thank you guys for getting us there.
If y'all
We-
don't see me though, y'all know why. Y'all
Oh
did
my
this.
god.
Y'all did this.
if you don't see him,
If
he's
you
in
don't
the
see
closet.
P in the next episode, man, it's crazy.
No, he'll be here the next episode. This won't happen until end of September. Where right now we're looking into plans. We are going to the Stanley Hotel. We're gonna go as a group. All of us here. We have
Hell
two. We have two other volunteers that are willing to come with us. They're gonna go ahead and buy their own tickets. That's kind of crazy. They just really want to come with us.
When they heard, who doesn't want to go to the Stanley Hotel though? It's famous.
Not fucking.
I mean,
me.
this guy. You're gonna have such a good time.
Oh, you
I don't
think
even
so?
know. I don't
Okay,
even know what.
let's
the
go
Stanley
into
Hotel
it. This is what the
so-
Stanley Hotel is.
Well, before we do that, thank you for everyone that showed up for the pop up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, this past
tell 'em.
Saturday.
Go ahead.
Thank
The
you,
yard
everybody.
sale. Thank
Yard
you guys for
sale.
turning into the yard sale.
Everything
Going
must
crazy.
go.
Yeah,
Everything,
Everything did go.
did go.
everything went. Everything went.
Thank you for all the vendors that did show up.
Yeah.
Low Pop, ATM,
Nimbus,
Naughty
or
Bakes,
Nimbus,
Organized
Basic
Movements.
Bakes, OM.
Shout out to the Herc.
the Herc for
Shout out to
hosting
the Herc.
us,
Yes.
and shout out Swish,
Shout out
hometown hero.
Swish.
And then Tay's mother serving food. Wonderful. Great time.
Shout out Lana.
Crazy.
Love
aggro.
So hot though.
Love seeing all your beautiful
Hot.
faces. It was hot.
We
as
Next
fuck.
chose
year-
one hell of a day.
Next year we do it indoors. We do yard
It's
sale
okay. It's
indoors.
summertime, you know. Come on.
No.
I got a good
Oh,
tan,
thanks
dude.
for
I got
coming
it
out
not
to
bad.
play.
I got a Yeezy foam runner tan. Y'all
That's
know what
your fault though.
y'all know what that feels like?
No.
Big
I know how Ye feel like. Okay.
That's
I
a
don't own
big
the-
ass feet, bro.
I don't own the phones.
You should now. You know you work with Nike.
I know they're kind of ugly.
Yeah. Nah.
What?
Nah.
I don't know.
You could pull them off. Trust me. Everyone says they're ugly until they put them on. They're
just-
like, okay,
they're comfy.
I got my Vans
fuck.
slip-ons, bro. I'm chilling.
That's why
Moose is
you're
a
showing too much.
Birkenstock guy.
I want Birkenstocks.
It's funny. I knew it, bro. I almost bought a pair the other day. I was at Nordstrom Rack and I was like, man, this is really cheap.
They're
It's on
nice.
sale.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
nice.
they're nice.
Yeah, they had them on sale there.
I'm
I want the
I'm not
Stussy
wearing
ones.
socks though.
Yeah, I'm not wearing socks. I don't wear socks with foam runner, so I'm not wearing
They
socks
feel
with
like the
anything.
Jesus chanclas. That's what they feel like.
Yeah.
Do they? Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, but once again, thank you guys for coming to the yard sale. It's a really good event, and we plan on doing more of the community.
Going crazy.
And next time, hopefully, we have a collab. Next time, the next event we do, and next time Moose is gonna have something. Next time P's gonna have something. Next time Boo is gonna have new stuff.
I definitely
going
should have
crazy.
something by that time.
October, lock us down. We're gonna try and do this October 14th. That's the
it
date
in.
we're looking into right now.
14th?
The 14th. Yeah,
Ooh, I gotta fucking. Okay,
gotta get moving.
You can do it.
Gotta get
Crazy.
moving.
You got it.
We got
Hey,
this.
it's 2 months from now. It was exactly 2 months from yesterday when me and Moose and Amy talked about it when we started planning it.
We're gonna do a haunted house.
That'd be lit. I mean, who knows? We might be inspired by this next trip.
Well, let's see if we get back from the trip. Hold on. If we don't get back from the trip, then we'll figure it out.
Oh, fuck. If Sam and Kobe could come back, we can come back too. Okay. We'll be all right.
I don't think they came back full 100%.
Oh, God damn it.
Let's
getting
go.
more scared the more we talk
Let's go
about
into
it.
some details about the Stanley Hotel. So the Stanley Hotel is really well known for the fact that Stephen King wrote his book, The Shining, in room 217. Mm-hmm. He went there, had a surreal experience. He was able to write the book in one night or something. It was over a few days.
One night.
Something like that. It was one night that changed everything.
You have to realize too, the man was doing a bunch of cocaine at this time.
Yeah.
And all the books that he wrote around that time, he was on hella cocaine.
Yeah,
I believe it, though.
loving it.
I believe all that.
I
bet.
All the Star Wars cast was on cocaine.
We talked about that last
Did you
week.
guys? Yeah, someone. I was gonna say someone was saying something about that.
Yeah. But
And
yeah.
and his son during the trip, he had like a dream that a fire hose was chasing him, some crazy shit like
What
that.
the fuck?
That's what I'm hoping that's happened to you.
Moose is going to have a dream.
Fire hose chasing.
Yeah, dude. Somebody's gonna have a crazy dream.
me than actual ghost. What the fuck?
What if Michael Jackson pops into your dream again?
Dude, that's gonna be fucking crazy.
At the Stanley Hotel.
Harrison, Annie, are you okay? No, I don't think so.
I'm not okay.
Let's play. One of us is gonna have a crazy dream. You're gonna get pulled out of your
I ain't
bed.
sleeping.
You're not sleeping. It was 2 nights.
I ain't sleeping.
Okay.
We'll just get you really stoned and you'll be fine.
That's gonna make it worse because anxiety's gonna go through the roof.
You don't know.
He's
You
gonna-
don't notice anything. You ever seen yourself stoned?
But it's in Colorado.
Yeah,
right?
he has.
It's in Colorado.
You're high, man. You need to stop this.
But it's in Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm smoking weed.
It's about an hour away from Denver.
Fuck it,
so we're
that
flying into Denver. You know, we'll dab a little.
So it's haunted. So why was it haunted? Why
It's-
and how?
haunted.
Are foods dying in there?
Yeah,
What,
like, what's
like
going on
why
here?
is
What's
it
the
haunted?
details?
I don't know how many accounts of death that they have in this place. Not too many.
It's not crazy, but on the 4th floor in one of the rooms, I think it's on the 4th floor. The 4th floor is the most haunted floor.
And that's where we're staying.
Hopefully, if not, we're staying in room 217.
217, baby.
But I'm trying to stay in that room where the
gay cowboy.
the gay cowboy tickles your feet.
Of course.
I'm leaving my socks on,
Yeah,
and I don't sleep with socks on.
what does these legs do?
He's like, I got you.
Now go find your socks. Get out the room. Fuck
One's
that.
on the floor, then another one's
One's in
missing.
the closet.
Yeah, and then you gotta go in the closet, and then it's hanging up.
Fucking shuts on my ass.
He's like,
Okay.
oh, what do we got here?
But yeah, we're gonna dabble a little in some stuff. Well, I was told we can't do a Ouija board or anything,
Oh,
so
no.
this
no
crazy
seance.
ass wanted to do a seance.
It's not
we
that
ain't doing
crazy
that.
ass. It's just the fact that we're already going there. Let's make something happen.
No,
Let's make something.
something's
happen.
already happening.
We have non-negotiables.
We're gonna go there. I'm gonna be so disappointed that nothing happened. I'm like, oh man, we paid all this money to come here and not be scared after watching tons of videos on it.
We're gonna have fun. And I
gonna
told you, I
feel
just want to
something.
be in a
Fuck.
haunted place and we're just gonna chill.
I'm setting us up. I'm gonna surprise y'all.
If you bring a Ouija board,
I
dude,
swear to
I'm
God,
gonna-
Tay,
I'm
if
gonna
you
be so
fucking
mad.
unleash
Halloween
a
tea
demon,
Ouija
I'm gonna
board.
be
Boom.
so-
I'm gonna break up with you, okay?
You have pee now. I'm fine with the breakup now.
Oh God.
I know you have someone better.
I'm like, oh. I got a rebound.
I can't cook like him though, so that.
It's okay. I'll cook for
What is he
you.
gonna do for you?
Hello.
What is he gonna do? Miss a 3?
I'm arm candy. That's all it is.
There we
That's
go.
true. You could be trifling though.
Oh, man, so you got to worry about that. At least you know I'm always home.
That's why I don't want you to do it because I don't want to fucking lose you. I don't want to lose you. But I can't trust you.
No, you can trust me. It's gonna be a little something. We'll find like a little baby seance or something.
Baby, seance is a
What does that
fucking
even-
seance.
I don't know, man. Frank Ocean sang about a seance. He talked about talking through someone through a seance. That would be tight.
What song are you talking about?
Nights.
Oh.
Yeah, he there was a part where he's like when he says that they're talking through me like through a seance.
Okay.
We'll listen to it after, but that's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But
No, Frank could do it, then we can do it.
no Ouija board though.
No Ouija board.
No Ouija
No
board.
Ouija board. Maybe an EMF.
Huh?
The meter.
Huh?
The thing
Oh fuck!
is it the voice
Hey,
recorder
Should
thing?
we do the voice recorder?
Oh,
Is
I don't
anyone
know.
there?
Gay
Can
cowboy,
you
are
say
you
your
here?
name?
Faggot.
Stop! Stop!
No!
If they didn't listen to the last episode, they have no context.
They don't make it that far, so we have to say it now.
Ah, no.
the
We're
context
bleeping
is
that
there.
I can't
too
believe
late.
Tay
Not
would
bleep,
say
dude.
that. That's so
Source
insensitive.
your, please.
You're gonna at Stanley Hotel when we're talking. and he's gonna say it, and I'm like, you motherfuckers! This whole entire time, I knew he was gonna fucking say this shit.
Well, it's gonna be the gay cowboy talking about himself.
No, he's calling us. He's calling me.
This guy's
in the closet.
He's talking to P.
Hey there, cowboy.
I just imagine us like at the Stanley Hotel, and then like one of us has to stay in the hallway by ourselves for like 10 minutes.
Why?
10 minutes.
Just because I want to.
I'm not solo doing this, bitch. I swear to
Okay,
God,
okay,
I'll
okay.
leave the
You can have-
hotel. I'll leave the hotel.
We'll have a buddy system.
We'll do, Scooby Doo style.
Yeah.
I'm not solo doing this. Y'all got me
you,
fucked
Kenny, and
up.
then you by yourself.
Y'all got me all the way fucked.
You in the
up.
we should put the scaredest people in the same group because like Kenny and Emo, Emo volunteered to go on this trip, and he's like, man, I don't know why I said all this, but I'm fucking scared now.
Emo's hardcore. What are you talking
No,
about?
his name's Emo for
name's
other
fucking
reasons.
Emo.
No, that's for other reasons.
Because he likes
That's
emo music.
Yeah, that's
get
not because he's
Still.
Dude, he got the piercing, he got the friggin' tattoos. He
Yeah.
can handle it.
And he's,
Yeah.
never mind.
Oh.
And he's
Stay tuned.
But yeah, so this is the 20th episode. We'll be out here on the 16th tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and we had submissions for scary stories on this episode, so we'll get into it in a little. P's gonna read a story, and then Moose is gonna read some stories. We're actually just here to review the stories and see what happens.
I actually haven't read the story I'm going to read, so we're going to...
Yeah.
And I haven't read the story
It's
submission
all
either.
brand
Yeah,
new,
this
then,
is
right? So it's all
fresh.
brand new.
These are fresh reactions, fresh,
And then P's actually to sing his first song to you guys.
Who says who?
Oh.
Huh? Oh shit. Never
Yeah,
mind.
dude, we've been waiting for this
shit.
for way
Says
too
who?
long. You've been holding back on us.
It's
Says
not.
who?
It's not 2:37 a.m.
It's not 3 a.m.
We've been waiting on P
There's
to
the
drop.
sneak peek.
I was about to say.
He's like, damn, that's it.
I was like, okay.
That wasn't when I was talking about when I was talking about him being horny on morning.
Horny all morning.
All morning. I think
Horny
he's
all
rapping
morning.
about it.
Hey.
No,
all day?
it was just.
He's horny
I
right now.
think it hits different really in the morning because I'm tired and he's just super horny. I'm like, dude, I'm going to sleep. And he's like freestyling to me. I'm like, damn, what the fuck, dude? I'm trying to sleep.
My freestyle.
I should have just recorded that for the hell of it, and he wouldn't have known.
You could have just put that in the beginning song, and then
you
when
should have just recorded that.
when
No,
Boo
and
hits
then
the play
I would have
button.
to censor everything he said.
Why?
you can't.
There was a lot of crazy stuff he said.
What do you mean? I'm not saying anything. I'm just
There's a lot
saying
of
horny
crazy
shit like you
A lot
said.
of horny shit, dude.
It's pretty outrageous when you
Yeah.
hear it from a third person. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
What?
You know, in your own mind, it's normal, but then when you're telling someone else, you're like, you know what, this guy is very sexual right now. But let's go ahead and get
was
into it.
perfectly
We're gonna
sober,
go
too.
ahead and set the mood for this pod. Let's go ahead and switch the lights. 3, 2, 1. Boo boo, bring us in.
Bring us in. Tell us what's going on here. Tell us what we're doing here.
He plays a beat.
Oh shit! Welcome to
It's not me.
Off the Menu Podcast. Scary stories with Moo and P. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
That was
hard. Fuck.
That was awesome. That was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Did you like that?
I
That
did.
was hard.
All right. And then I'm going to get myself set up on a Bluetooth for actually to play some eerie music behind it while they get reading.
Spooky season is coming.
Spooky season.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'll start us off. Well,
Let's go
this
and
is
get
from a submission from a viewer, so thank you.
Going crazy.
So here we are. This is from her perspective. So when I went on a trip to Vietnam, we flew out from LA, but after 3 hours, we had to turn around and go back to LA because there were some electrical issues with the plane.
Oh.
After we landed, I waited another 3 hours to go to the hotel to get my hotel voucher. We were one of the last people, so we got a danky 1-star motel. Can't remember the name of it. When I walked in, I already got, an uneasy feeling. When we got to the room, the floor creaked. My sister and I refused to go in the bathroom. We felt like something was with us in the room. So after settling in, we tried to sleep for a bit. She knocked out, and then when I closed my eyes, I kept seeing, a figure, something in front of me. When I opened my eyes, there was nothing there. So I did go straight from from my EDC trip to my Vietnam trip. So I was dead tired, low, and I still had stuff in my system, which I think put me in a vulnerable state mentally. So I tried to sleep, but it was really hard. At one point, I had my eyes closed, and all of a sudden, I saw 2 black-like claws reach over my head, and it grabbed me on my neck.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
I was choking and losing air. I couldn't breathe. My eyes were still closed. I tried to move my arm to tap my sister who was sleeping back to me, but I couldn't. I don't know how long I was in it, but I was able to come to and open my eyes, and I was gasping for air. I started crying like, what the fuck just happened? And needless to say, I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I just sat there feeling like I was crazy and waited a couple hours until it was time to go back and fly out again. Ooh, and that's it. That's wild.
Crazy. Jeez, man.
Was it like it sounds like sleep paralysis, not to
what it
to downgrade
yeah,
like
it
your
sounds
scary
like.
story, because I had a similar experience where my dream where I told you guys that it was my dream. Some guy tried to rob me. He comes in, I beat him up, tell him to leave, and then he tries to leave my house. And as he's exiting my house, he looks back at me mortified and goes, "It's the witch." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I go back into my bed, lay down, and I feel something get in my bed, and then like reach over, and then obviously I turn over and I wake up. But
Who
obviously,
was she?
It's the witch, apparently.
Oh, not an ex.
Not an ex. Only thing that can hurt me are my exes. Yeah, just know that.
Remember that. That's why he shouldn't be scared of no ghosts.
Oh my god.
But that's crazy. Gasping for air. You feel like you were choked 2 black
That's
claws.
crazy.
yeah,
Fucking
man.
just-
The black hand just like fucking claws just going at your neck. That's so scary to me.
Fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
And that's a true story, man.
That's
Yeah.
almost on the same level as when I got pulled off the bed and you hear Bloody Mary in your ear. You know, and it's like,
That's because you fucking were trifling.
that was not trifling. That's
You were
trifling.
you did Bloody Mary.
Yeah, but that doesn't make me trifling. That's not the
That
description
does.
of being trifling.
You're
Oh,
trifling with ghosts. Shit.
this next level.
Is that the next level?
Yeah. Well, thank you for the submission.
Yeah.
Thank
Are we
you,
able to
thank you.
say who's that's from?
Should yeah? No. Just because it's a personal story.
Shout outs to you.
Thank you.
That
And
was
maybe if when they see this part of the video and they see that the submission was submitted, and they want us to say who it was, perfectly fine. But we'll keep them private for now. You know.
But please submit
more.
Yeah, submit stories.
more.
We'll
Whatever.
start-
not even ghost stories. Anything. Anything that
We'll start doing more
relate to.
polls.
Yeah.
If you guys have been following us
Submit
here on the
them.
Off the Menu podcast,
Yeah.
Instagram, we
Yeah.
did a poll of me doing. Now I have to freaking cook.
Motherfucker.
Shit.
But yeah, we want to interact with you guys. So please comment, share,
Yeah.
like, whatever. Reach out to us, whatever it is.
Submit your scary
Yeah,
stories.
DM,
Submit any
whatever.
stories actually if you would like
Whatever.
to. You can use our platform as a way of you expressing certain
Yeah,
stories, that
absolutely.
you cannot express yourself,
And we would love to hear him too.
Yes.
We love.
And that was
stories.
I actually had that story for like 2 weeks and I didn't read it,
Oh, first.
So yeah, first time.
So shout outs to you for the first one, and maybe call your dealer. Check your pills.
Oh my.
What if you are your dealer?
Get out of here.
EDC scary stories. That's pretty crazy because that happens a lot to people after they've had
they're coming down.
a crazy weekend, and your body's just fully exhausted, and then you finally get time to relax.
No, but she pointed it out. You're like
Yeah.
very vulnerable when you're tired and all
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up and
And
shit.
that's when they're ready to
So
get you,
that's when-
though,
exactly.
Yeah, they're ready
That's
to get you because you're a weak
Right.
state.
You're
Yeah,
weak,
you're in a weak mental
state.
state. Yeah.
So that was a good dialogue.
Yeah.
So shout outs to you.
Yeah, so thank you for submitting the story. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. This is going to be read by Moo Woods.
All
Mickey
right.
Moo.
Mickey Moo. Doesn't make him hard.
Mishka. Mushka.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Sorry, I had to do it. Well, this story comes from Reddit, and it's titled "Don't Talk About the Skinwalkers."
Yeah, we're talking
Is
about
this why you didn't want me to talk about it?
Well, fuck it. I saw it.
Don't say the S
Just-
word.
Yeah. the old episode. Hey, man, don't say it.
Nobody knows that episode. Nobody watched that shit. We're good.
That's one of our people's favorites.
Well, I wanted to read this because this is in Utah.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh,
wanted to
fuck.
get a little
Going
shout
crazy.
out.
Okay.
I'm ballsy now, baby.
You ballsy?
All right.
That cruise changes you.
It really did. Either way.
He was too happy. He's gonna go back to his edgy
Okay,
self.
let me read this shit. The music's going.
It's 3 hours. Go ahead.
I have a story. Oh, God. It isn't mine. But it happened to my uncle. He used to tell this story when we went camping, and it scared the lights out of me every time I heard it. We live in Utah, and my uncle Mark went on a mission at 19. They sent him into an Indian reservation in Arizona. They paired him up with a companion named Carl. Hi, Carl. When they first got there was a huge rift with locals on the reservation with them being there. They didn't want my uncle and Carl staying on the reservation grounds. Eventually, they came to a compromise that they would stay on the outskirts in a trailer. This reservation wasn't very big and was located next to a heavily wooded area. The first night, they were trying to sleep when all of a sudden, their trailer started to shake violently, back and forth. Startled and not sure what was happening, they climbed under the table for cover. Mark could distinctively hear someone pushing it from both sides of the trailer. Like a group of people after about 5 minutes, it stopped.
Damn, 5 minutes?
The next day, they made the rounds on the reservation and were talking to the locals. Carl made a comment on one of the families that their trailer was shaking. Or I fucked up. Can we edit this part out?
No, you can keep going.
All right,
man.
keep
going. You're
It's a
good.
real
Don't
story.
Thank God. Be patient with me, people.
Yeah,
I'm
we're being
dyslexic.
patient. He
Carl
can't write and I can't read. What a duo.
Oh my fucking hell.
Carl made a comment to one of the families that their trailer was shaking the night before. The family got very quiet and told them that they had to leave. They thought it was strange, but didn't think much of it. The next night it happened again. They awoke to their trailer shaking back and forth. Again, they climbed under the table until it stopped. This went for about 2 nights. Anytime they tried to talk to anyone about it, they got very quiet and told them to leave.
So this happened to Carl and Mark again.
Yes.
Okay.
2 nights.
Okay.
So Mark started thinking that due to the tension of their arrival, the locals were doing something to scare them off the reservation. They then go into a convenience store and they talked together about how frustrated they were about the situation. The clerk overheard them and said, "They can't talk about it. It's forbidden." Confused, they asked him, "Can't talk about it? What?" The guy continued to tell him about the skinwalkers. When he says they are evil demons that were once Native American witches. If they talk about it, the skinwalker will come for their souls. They just walked out, baffled. They thought it was a scare tactic. So that night, when the shaking started again, the uncle decided to be brave and confront them. He went into the trailer door, flew it open, and yelled, "Hey! When did he..." Oh, fuck. When he... Oh, God, that's not even dialogue. When he did that, he saw 3 animals that ran off. 2 were wolf, 1 was a bear. They looked strange, almost with human features. As he watched them run towards the trees, all 3 stood up on their 2 legs and walked slowly towards the trees, making a human cackling noise.
Oh, God.
It scared them so badly that they called the mission president the next morning and asked to be moved. They were relocated that day. For a year, nothing happened. But one day, they announced that Carl was being relocated into another city and Mark was getting in a new companion, Jimmy. They had to drive about an hour to pick up Jimmy in front of the airport. The road they traveled went through the boundaries of the reservation. They arrived about 8 p.m. and met Jimmy, and then they left. The mission president tells Jimmy, "We are driving through a dangerous area at night, so we can't make any stops. If you need to use the restroom, you need to go now," Jimmy says. "I'm fine." The mission president gets serious enough even to freak out Mark. "I'm not kidding. Go do your business." Jimmy was insistent he was fine. So they hit the road. As they were about 30 minutes into the drive, they were going through the area of the reservation boundaries. Jimmy starts complaining that he needs to pee badly. Fucking Jimmy.
God damn it, Jimmy.
That's frustrating. The mission president says, "We can't stop here. You'll have to hold it." Jimmy keeps on going,
I can't really hold it.
so the mission president stops the car and says, "Okay, but you will do your business next to the door. And if I say get into the car, you better get into the car fast." With a look of confusion, Jimmy says, "All right." Opens the door and starts to do his business, taking a pee and shit. After about 5 seconds later, the mission president says nothing and just yanks Jimmy into the car and floors it. Jimmy and Mark start freaking out. "What's going on?" the mission president says all of a sudden, and Mark sees something next to the car. A giant wolf-looking man was running. Oh, I can't even read. Running on 2 feet next to the car. Mark looked onto the speedometer. They were going over 60 miles an hour and still increasing. The wolf creature kept up next to the car for 10 minutes until finally it took off into the trees. Shaking, Jimmy gets out of the car when they arrive. They didn't speak through the whole ordeal and says, "What did you just see?" The mission president says, "Next time I tell you to take care of your business, you take care of your business."
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh fuck!
Was that tight? That was fucking cool.
Yeah,
Sorry for my mess ups, but that was a kind of a lengthy
it-
story.
I think the best part of the story was the fact that when things got a little weirder, the beat kept switching.
I know.
And I was like, wow, this is really good.
I was like, I'm getting into this.
Wow, this is really good.
We might have to do another one.
Yeah. No, we can do another one.
Now let's run it
Another
back. Come on.
one. Let's go ahead and let's react to that.
What do you
Let's-
think about that? What do you think about
You know what? It's almost similar to my story. Remember when I said I heard things in the trees and then I saw eyes in the forest.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's pretty much the same thing. Like I think pretty much anyone that has like a run-in with those kind of stories or like a skinwalker, it's always the same thing.
So skinwalkers are they Native American witches then? Is that like dead?
So the way that I've listened to a lot of podcasts, so a lot of it I just kind of hear from podcasts, YouTube videos, whatever have you. But apparently that you skinwalkers are pretty much Native American witches that dabbled into black magic. So black magic, they have to pretty much betray somebody that loves them or that they love. So a loved one, they'll have to murder them.
Ooh,
And then
crazy.
so they're able to kind of, what's the word? Be able to obtain this dark magic and then be able to use it. So shape shifting, different things like that.
Right.
From what I understand, I'm probably butchering that whole
And
thing.
so they become like animals from the woods.
They can
Bears,
shapeshift.
Anything.
deers,
It's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
They're shapeshifters.
Fucking.
But I heard that they had to have the skin of the animal
Yeah.
that they want to turn into, like the bear or the wolf. So they can't just turn into anything.
Yeah.
They make like that deal by that pelt and then also by the ritual.
It's usually a wolf though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf,
Like-
coyote, sometimes
Yeah.
deer too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
deer. I've heard
Really?
that before.
But I heard it's
I'm like, it's
also
hard to kill a bear
carnivore, but I don't
too.
know.
So like, how would you? I mean,
There's
you
a
done,
way.
You done black magic, so I can't guess.
But yeah, I don't know. It's scary stuff. But I saw it, and I didn't even read it when I saw it on there. I was like, I'm just going to try it out. So
Yeah,
that was fun.
I've never
when
experienced that.
When you were
so-
like, when he got pulled back into the car, I was like, you didn't let him wipe or anything?
I know his pee was probably flying everywhere.
I was like, man, that's fucked up. Hold
I
on.
knew Jimmy was going to fuck it up, though.
Fucking Jimmy.
Jeez.
It's always Jimmy.
It's always a Jimmy.
Everyone
that
has a
fucks it
Jimmy.
all up.
But that's like a fear of mine, but low key, being able to see a skinwalker would be pretty crazy. I'm not going to say cool, but pretty crazy.
It would be cool.
And it's close to
Like a
us, too.
7-foot werewolf,
Where was it at?
coyote.
Well, they're usually in like the reservation, so
Right.
Yeah.
so
they're
represent-
out there.
Native American land usually.
Southern Utah has a couple sightings.
North-
Skinwalker
North-
Ranch. That's here in
Skinwalker
Utah.
Ranch.
Yep, that's here.
But Skinwalker Ranch is
You never-
wild.
You never heard of
The
that?
fuck is that?
Oh,
You
man.
never
That's
heard of
crazy.
Skinwalker
That's like one of the
Ranch?
most haunted places in Utah.
Why don't we
Yeah.
go? Never mind.
There's
Why?
a lot
Because we
of,
can't. It's blocked off.
Oh.
And someone like a millionaire owns the land now,
Mm-hmm.
and so
There's a lot of anomalies that happen there
Yeah.
with like aliens and UFOs
Oh,
and
shit, no
sightings of like
Yeah.
creatures
giant
and
wolf.
shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
There's a
ghosts
there's
and
a
everything.
documentary on it on Netflix or something.
Oh,
don't
really?
watch. Don't waste your time.
There's quite a
Oh.
bit.
I fell
On it-
asleep.
There's a TV show. It's like pretty popular, but
Skinwalker
Yeah.
one. I think that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Yeah,
about.
yeah, same
yeah.
one.
Yep.
I watched
there's a
that.
couple.
Tommy was so excited. He goes, "Hey, we gotta watch this. It's so scary." Comes over, he watched the first episode. He falls asleep, and then I fell asleep on the second episode. We fell asleep pretty much through the whole thing.
The last episode I watched, they're just testing rocks for radiation.
Yep.
I'm like,
You know what
feel
was
it.
scarier? Was freaking the docuseries on Natalia something. Is like the story of the orphan. You guys remember that movie?
No,
orphan,
wait,
she
the
gets
orphan,
Oh,
like
the-
the movie, The
the
Orphan.
short person- the little person?
yeah, the little person.
Oh, I watched that
yeah,
too.
shit's crazy, huh?
That's wild.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. You guys
Like,
should check that out.
Parents don't
It's like
fuck with
I saw that
her
one.
and-
it's a pretty crazy story. You
She
should
tries
check
to
that
have
out.
sex
She's
with her dad.
She's like from
Well, we
Ukra-
don't know if that's
she's from
real
like
or not.
Ukraine, right?
Yeah,
That one, yeah,
Just like
that
the
one was
orphan,
insane.
just
yeah.
like the orphan.
Ukraine.
Yeah,
Insane. But
That
she's like
shit's
a
crazy.
full grown ass
Over.
adult, and she's acting like she's a baby.
I
But
know.
then
She's just a little person.
But then what if she wasn't?
I don't know, bro.
Because we don't know because they time skipped her. Remember?
I know, but she was, bro. There's no way. I look at that
Because-
face. I'm like,
But the mom was going through so much shit. Like the adopted mom,
yeah,
she
was,
did all that crazy shit too.
She was,
and
yeah.
it was on camera.
And then
on video.
and then I thought about it. I was like, wait, maybe
Yeah.
the little person wasn't crazy, and that mom was just a crazy bitch,
What if she was just a kid and they made her live on her own for when she was 13?
which is insane.
Because remember they time skipped her and she could have been a 13-year-old living as she was 22.
What the fuck
And
is
then-
what is
and
time
then-
skip? What do you mean?
well,
this
she's-
time
So-
skip?
Explain to him.
Okay,
What
so
the fuck?
I need to follow too.
she's a little person, right? But
She's
then
not a little person. She just has that thing where she can't age.
no, she's a
no,
little
she's a
person.
little person, bro.
Oh, for real?
Like
This is like a
she's
real
like-
thing?
yeah,
yeah,
she's like a
Oh.
little person.
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Hey
know
man,
that.
don't get all serious with
I
me
don't know
now.
what the fuck I'm talking.
I watched it.
Yeah, I watched like the yeah.
No, she is a little person, and so, but then she also didn't. They said that she wasn't her age, right?
right.
And so that's why I keep saying time skip is that one day she's 9 years old, and then they go to the court and say, no, we think she's this age,
Right.
so they can get rid of her.
Yeah.
And then then they skip her in that 1 year. They skip her until she was like 22. But this could have been a real 9-year-old for the fact that we known it, right? And for everything.
It was the way she spoke because there's sometimes that she spoke like an adult, and then also they found pubic hair at like at her.
Yeah, when she was like 8 years old.
and so like,
Or like
they're-
with 6. It was like
yeah,
6 years old.
Yeah, and they thought she was okay.
Yeah.
She's like, this is weird, you know.
But then that could have been
She was
made up too.
adopted.
Yeah, she was adopted from she was in Florida from the Ukraine.
From the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fuck.
And like speaking of the Ukraine, $4 trillion? What the fuck?
Let's not
Fat
talk about-
finger that
What
shit.
the fuck, bro said.
What the hell?
No, but no, so yeah, check it out. It's on HBO. And it's like
Yeah.
6 episodes or something like that.
That's crazy.
It was
It's
wild.
You never watched,
And they haven't seen her since. But like they shipped her off, and mom never showed up, but dad would show up.
yeah.
We
So
gotta
she was
watch
living.
that.
She was living in an apartment by herself.
Uh huh.
And
And
then
dad would check on her, and mom would never give her
like
food.
the craziest shit
Yeah.
too is that all her neighbors said that she would like try to have sex with the other kids.
Damn.
And then like, but at this point they time skipped her to 22, so like she's like harassing these kids and stuff.
Yeah, so it's not like she's
Yeah.
a kid; she's an
so
adult.
she's
Yeah.
like legally 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
the paper.
on
On the
paper,
paper, yeah.
on paper she's.
But we
legally
don't know how the
22.
fucking old.
But
this
then
bitch is.
towards the end of it, they go back and say no, she was not 22 at that time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Crazy.
Then
It's weird.
Is the mystery unsolved or something?
No,
No.
it's still it's unsolved kind of because the mom, we don't know what happened to the mom. She like straight up left. They divorced. The dad.
The siblings
Fuck you,
do
man! Fucking crybaby ass bitch.
that.
Fuck you, man.
Dad, yeah.
No, that the whole
The dad
time
was sorry, bro.
he was like,
He was and he was
and I was
torn.
like, what the fuck
was
is he
torn.
doing, bro?
Yeah, he was
and
torn.
then no, there's literally one part where he's reenacting the mom beating the adopted
Yeah.
child, and he was on the floor like this, and I was like, bro, what the fuck are these noises? What are you just reenact
There was
the beating?
there was tactics that the mom would do,
Yeah.
and like I think it was like to put her in timeout.
Yeah.
And like if the child wouldn't say certain things, like or tell her
She would
certain
make
things,
the child lie.
like lie, or like
Yeah.
hold things up until she does,
Yeah,
and like abuse her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is on HBO. Huh?
it was on HBO. Check
It was
out.
wild. I don't know. Once again,
like the
to this
Curious
day,
Case on the
don't know
Tally
how
or
old this
something.
fucking
Yeah,
child is or woman is.
and this is all recent stuff too.
Yeah.
Is she alive?
So yeah, she's still alive. They went to court recently, and then and so this is like the last episode.
so what is she saying?
She says none of that
What
was
is
true.
She said,
She said
Google
mom was
Gaga.
abusive.
It's because
She said
the
mom
mom.
was abusive.
So they said the mom was abusive. They left her alone. They let her become an adult by herself. She didn't know how to do anything. And first of all, she's got a handicap too as well, right? So she didn't know how to live in a regular person's life,
Yeah.
right? And because if you're 9 years old, you don't really know that much. Even if you're 22, really, you're treated like a 9-year-old. You're not really 22,
Yeah,
right?
true that.
And so
Fuck no.
So and so
gotta watch
the
this.
craziest part
it's
of this
pretty
too is they move her away from the apartment she was in because the landlords kicked her off.
She's like,
Because of the
Because-
kids.
because of
Yeah,
kids
she's
and stuff,
thinking-
right?
she's hanging out with the kids and shit.
And so they move her to this apartment in the ghetto of like Michigan or something. I forgot where it
I
was.
don't know, yeah.
But it was like the ghettoest place ever, right? And then she started hanging out with the neighbors, and the neighbors snatched her up and then raised her. And then the
That's it?
neighbors, and then that was it. That was like, and
So
then they go to
that's-
court.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I finished.
So
it,
like
but
the
yeah.
neighbors knew that she was like this.
The neighbors,
adult
the neighbors
child?
looked at her and they were like, "This is a child.
That's
this
a
is not
kid."
an adult."
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
And then the other neighbors too were like, "No, this is not." She didn't know how to do anything. That's what they kept saying. And then they go to court.
Yeah,
and
because
then
the parents didn't fucking raise her. So
Exactly.
what the fuck?
Jeez, well, what is this show called?
the Curious Case of Natalia or something.
Yeah,
That's the
Natalia
last name, whatever the last name is.
Yeah.
Benjamin Button.
Kind of.
No. She's a little person. It's not
Yeah.
Benjamin Button. Okay.
She doesn't reverse at age.
I thought, like, I literally thought you guys were talking about the Orphan movie.
No, so that's where the story
Kind of story comes
So
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
if you ever seen the first Orphan, right? It's like a girl from Ukraine.
I
she
saw
gets-
that one.
Right.
yeah.
But if there's a second one,
I didn't watch that.
I didn't
it's
watch
a
the second one either.
prequel. It's a prequel
I didn't watch the second
that
one.
happens to follow the same story of the doc.
How is the prequel like the same actress though? It was fucking years
She
ago.
doesn't age.
Apparently,
She doesn't age.
that's wild.
That second one was kind of crazy. Like that series is not really a good series, but it is kind of crazy.
It's interesting. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It kind of just.
Oh, the docuseries was good. I was really invested into it. I'm talking about the actual movies.
Oh yeah.
The movie was kind of weird.
Yeah, the movies are weird.
That's
'Cause
what
the
I
second
meant.
one. The second one, she tries to like have sex with the dad.
Yeah, that's literally the
Yeah,
first one too.
and then like they fucking fight, and then they,
Oh, the
Like-
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I painted this picture for
Yeah.
you.
That's not even.
For you.
They were-
He has an Irish accent.
oh,
Like what the fuck?
and another crazy thing, like you know how in the Orphan she goes into the psych homes and she was like getting treated and stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing as the doc. The doc. There's a part where she was like, they're saying that she was offering sexual favors to the guards and stuff.
Oh, they did say that. Yeah.
So that shit was
like one of the
crazy.
ladies that was taking care of her. They did mention that she was
Yeah.
like offered to do things.
Yeah, but yeah, check it out, you guys.
She's horny.
Horny.
He's like,
P.
you're not my type, but I'm down.
He's all like, "Oh, is that what I look like?"
I'm not fucking a little person.
There's nothing wrong with that, P.
That's discrimination.
No, it's not. It's called fucking preference. All right. So fucking mix that shit up.
Speaking of little people, though, you guys know about the new Snow White movie? People are super pissed.
About the dwarves.
Yeah,
Are the
they're
dwarves not dwarves?
dwarves.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the actual little people, they're all like, they took fucking 6 of our roles. There's only one actual dwarf guy.
Only one?
here.
Yeah.
Only one.
No way.
And
Wait,
it's a
and-
diversity
And
cast.
Snow White isn't.
Snow White's Latina.
Yeah.
And well, here
Snow
I didn't
White's
think
a
about
hyena?
it.
I know.
Hey.
That's all I need to say. But people are ripping this girl apart. Like you'll see.
They ripped the Little Mermaid
Yeah,
apart
they
too.
Little Mermaid
But-
part too.
That's crazy.
but like I feel bad for Haley. I think her name's Haley,
Haley.
right? She's a
Haley.
great
Chloe,
singer.
Chloe
yeah.
Haley,
Yeah, Chloe Haley.
something like that.
But-
Is it Chloe? Are
uh,
they? Aren't they sisters? There's two of them. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're a duo.
oh, there's two of them.
It's they're
What
they're
the
sisters.
fuck?
There's two. Oh yeah,
That's
but,
crazy.
Yeah.
Like they're like good peeps, but the chick's playing Snow White. She is so obnoxious.
Oh no!
you know exactly what I'm talking
do you mean?
She
Who is
she said if I'm wearing the costume all day, I'm getting paid to wear the costume all day.
Yep.
And I was like,
What?
So she's being obnoxious about it. No, not obnoxious. I wouldn't say obnoxious. She just says if she's playing the role of Snow White and she's wearing the costume all day, like even without like being on set, she should be getting paid while not being on set
Oh,
as Snow
she's
White.
entitled.
Entitled.
She's entitled. I find her
I see
obnoxious.
what's
So
going
yeah,
on.
she is
Yeah,
entitled.
yeah.
Bitch, shut up.
You dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch.
Watch the anytime I was on TikTok until 2 a.m. and then people were just ripping her a new one.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
All right.
Do you have another scary story, Moose?
I do. It's a little lengthy though. You
We
think
can
have
get into a
time?
lengthy
Let's
one.
run
This
it.
is a
I'm
special
down.
episode,
Let's
you
go.
know?
We're running
Episode 20,
Episode 20, 15,
All right.
16,
Going
combined in
crazy.
one.
The scariest.
season 5.
Just remember
Deadass.
when you're feeling down, 2015, 16 is going to make you feel on top. Okay?
Oh.
Remember that.
We going up.
This one's
Going
really
crazy.
long. But
It's
I'm,
fine.
I'm down for the challenge. Let's do it.
Let's
if
get
I
the
mess
lights
up,
back to
fine.
red.
And we're going back to spooky.
Hold on.
Boo boo, give me the
Voice.
Going crazy.
Part 2 of the Off the Menu podcast. Scary stories with P and Motherfucker.
Tang.
Why'd you fucking
Why'd you do
football
that,
him?
bro?
Wow, that was not tight.
Wu Tang.
He said,
fault,
"Wu
my
Tang."
My fault. My
He
fault.
hit the gong at the end.
Okay. All right. This story is also on Reddit. This is the White Witch. Coming from Okinawa, Japan. You guys ready to go?
Okinawa.
Hey.
Everybody get nice, sit in your seats.
Man, I gotta go to Japan in December.
Yeah, dude. You better see some ghosts.
We did last time.
Oh, wait, we did.
Did you guys really?
We did talk about it on the podcast. We felt the ghost. We didn't see the ghost.
We felt enough.
Oh, Peter got fucked up or something.
Yeah,
huh?
Peter got scratched.
Because he deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it. He was like,
deserved it.
fuck you, ghost. You ain't fucking touching me. And it touched him.
All right.
That's fucking crazy.
The White Witch. In the early 80s, I lived in Okinawa, Japan. My dad thought I was seeing the world. Oh, sorry. I already messed up. My dad thought that seeing the world would be an adventure that would help my brother and I become better men. And I have to say, I think he was right. Being in the military showed me cultures many would never get to experience. And I'm thankful for every experience that life gave me, that life gave me, even the scary ones. While we lived in Japan, my father wanted us to have a fully immersive experience, so he chose to move us into a small Japanese neighborhood off base. We lived in a little house on top of an enormous hill, in a cul-de-sac that looked over, I kid you not, a part of a huge zoo, and on one side, a fairly large cemetery.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Fuck that.
You can visit both.
2 in 1. Wait, a zoo and a cemetery? Oh, either way.
The pet cemetery, that's what it's called.
Oh, there we go.
Our particular house was a set far above the monkey habitats, about a mile downhill. Between us and the habitats, nothing but thick Indiana Jones-style jungle the neighborhood kids and I would tromp through endlessly, ignoring the local warnings about poisonous snakes and ancient untripped mines of World War II.
Oh.
We were the only American family living in the cul-de-sac, completely surrounded by Japanese families. It was amazing. The kids loved us, and although we couldn't communicate through language very well, we understood each other perfectly well, most of the time. Opposite us was the older couple in a lush garden surrounding their property. The older woman wanted us to call her Grandma-san, and she had us helping her garden whenever she could coax us over with green tea and chocolate banana cookies.
Ooh.
We loved her. She was welcoming and generous, as everyone else actually was. We lived in a wonderful neighborhood. The only drawback was Mama-san. Now he's saying Mama-san. Did I say Mama-san? I did say Mama-san.
Mama say Mama-san.
Mama say Mama-san, Maku-san. Mama-san. Fuck. Mama-san's home, however, was she directly looked over the cemetery. The cemetery was unlike any other cemetery I've ever seen before, because Okinawa is an island. Burials don't happen very often. Instead, above ground crypts are built. I
Built
saw
different.
that. Fucking saw that. Many of them built into the sides of the hills and make up the island. The crypts are large, made huge arcs of polished stone set over a large square that was oh my god, I can't even read this guy. Polished stone set over a large square of that stone, which was a square insert cut into the middle of the coffin that would be placed inside. Did I say that right?
shit.
Yeah.
But that was
wild.
so hard to follow.
It was like
that was so
I
hard to
saw what you were
follow.
doing. You had like the karaoke ball. Dun, dun,
Let me try again. The crypts are large, made of huge arcs of polished stone.
There we go.
Set over a large square of that stone, which has a square insert cut into the middle of
He
it
explained this
for the
horribly.
coffin to be
Okay.
placed inside.
Okay.
Okay.
That was fucking hard. Once inside the square, oh my God. Once inside the square is inset with another piece of polished stone just inside, leaving a kind of shell on the outside so offerings could be made to the lost loved ones.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yen, food, flowers, and incense are some of the offerings given. Below Mama-san's house was a valley that swooped back up into another hill opposite of her home. That valley and both hills were covered with these crypts, and spiderwebbing up and down the crypts are various stone step pathways that are very old and badly maintained. It was quite a sight. One evening, Mama-san asked me to come visit her alone. She had something to show me, but it was only for me as the older brother. Intrigued and a bit proud, I agreed. She took me to the back of her garden and sat me into a thick wooden bench and was carved with the scenes of a fisherman and men with swords, and told me she had a story to tell. Mama-san then disappeared for a few minutes and soon returned with a tray that she held full of hot green tea and sweet rice cakes. Sitting next to me, she smiled and commented on the colors of the evening sky, and the sun began to lower. Mama-san said she had seen me and my brother and one of the other kids daring each other to follow the stairway path down to the cemetery. You have to understand, the pathway from our little home area down the cemetery consisted of hundreds of steps, many broken and cracking, in and out of bushes and steep incline. It would be dangerous for anyone, but the real test was seeing how long we could walk or take walking through the crypts at night. Mama-san wanted to explain why that was a bad idea. This guy is giving me tongue twisters, bro. Ugh. Everybody following pretty well? Good?
Oh.
All right.
Just taking a nap.
Motherfucker.
I'm just kidding.
Many years ago, during the war, Americans were thought to be devils, monsters that would murder innocent citizens and no other reason than to kill. That fear was the product of the wartime propaganda used to encourage young men into military service and farmers to fight alongside them. But many didn't. Many ran. And with nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, 100 Japanese citizens hurled themselves off the side of the cliff rather than face torture in the hands of the perceived enemy. I was terrified hearing this. I had no idea what happened. I was mortified and hit with such a sadness, I started to cry. The sun was setting and the sky went pink and blue to a deep orange and red. Mama-san reached over and held my hand, telling me not to worry. This was the past, and the past is something that we must always remember, so we never go back. So she went on with her story. One young woman followed through with this sacrifice with her 2 children, but she survived the fall. She was in a coma for months. When she regained consciousness, she was horrified to realize that her children were not with her. They had been buried somewhere in the cemetery below, in an unmarked crypt that held many others. The woman would spend days and nights searching the cemetery, crying in pain. The torment of her loss was unbearable until the day she threw herself into the ocean to hopefully be reunited with her lost family. But they said she never found her children. Her act of suicide doomed her to purgatory. She would remain tortured for eternity. The sun had disappeared, the cemetery drowned in an inky blackness, and the main path dotted with the dim, broken lights, feebly illuminating small areas. Mama-san continued. She still wanders the cemetery, she said, looking for her kids. You can still hear her crying. And then she pointed down. I didn't want to, but I did. I looked. In the back of the cemetery, in the darkness, there was a white figure. At first, a bright white shimmer, moving slowly, kind of shaking. It moved from side to side, like it was moving along the crypts, and you could actually hear the crying, softly at first, but then low moans and whimpers of pain as it got closer. I was terrified. We were too far, but that is why we shouldn't go down there after dark, she said. Many don't know her story and call her the White Witch, which angers her. It's best to stay away. It's best to pray for her. Mama-san said she comes out to see her often, hoping one day she'll find her salvation. Needless to say, I never went down to that cemetery, not once. And I never sat back there with Mama-san ever again. That was enough for me. I did, however, visit Suicide Hill. It's called Peace Prayer Park, now out of respect. I cried the whole time we were there. I prayed for all the souls and for forgiveness. So many Japanese citizens spoke to us, welcomed us, telling us stories, sharing with us. I didn't feel worthy, and my love for the country and its people was overwhelming. I'll never forget my time there. I'd like to go back to see if she's still there, wandering the graves, looking for her children. That was really fucking hard to read.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That was kind of crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't really have much of a reaction.
Were you
Fucking
guys?
kids.
I thought that was gonna be scarier.
I don't. Man, I've been pulled off a bed.
I know. And we've been in a Japanese scary house.
Yeah. It has to top those like two events.
It was like
It was
the
just
most
eerie.
liked story.
It was more of an eerie story, you know.
The
I'm
music
sorry.
is just perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I
No,
thought that
no,
was
no.
gonna have like a crazy.
Maybe no, it's gonna be
Wasn't that
scary
bad.
for other people, but
Well,
not
no,
my
it was-
reaction.
it
I'm
was-
not. You're not gonna get a reaction out of me.
Fucking hard ass.
You know, in Stanley Hotel, like, oh shit.
I just
felt
hope my
something
reading
touching.
skills were up to par on that one, man. It was really hard to
No,
read.
it was really nice to sleep.
It was like bing, 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 bing. Really?
Yeah.
To sleep to. Because you sounded. Never mind.
Oh.
I'm kidding, bro.
You got to edit that out.
I'm
We got to
just
go
giving you
again.
shit. I'm just giving you shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like a good old scary Japanese ghost, but that one was just kind of sad.
Should we just
It is
play
sad.
one? Should we review one? Let me see
Yeah.
if I can find one.
I want to.
Scary.
I want a
We
scary
got
one.
like 10
I wanted to scare my pants off.
We got like 10 minutes.
You got like 10 minutes?
Yeah. Those kids are brave, bro. Because I'm not walking down no fucking stairs to
I mean-
fucking to a graveyard.
I think
A
about
cemetery. Sorry, that's disrespectful.
like my cousins and I was a scaredy cat, but then if my like I had some cousins that were ballsy, so I could
Oh, yeah,
totally
agreed.
see some of them just be like, "Ooh, who's gonna go down?" Which we
Okay.
probably
I'm
would,
I'm going home.
especially if there's a ghost in white. I thought he was gonna go down and see something crazy,
Yeah.
but it was a true story apparently. So hopefully that was like legit.
All right. Here's close. We're gonna hear this got submitted 2 days ago by Urban Tetris.
Okay.
Check out the channel. I don't know if the story's gonna be good. I don't know if it's actually this is a very brand new channel. Should we do this or should we do a different one?
We should do it. Maybe shout them
Hey,
out.
shout 'em out.
man.
We're
Hey,
a brand
let's
new
do this.
channel too.
We're a brand new channel, man.
All right.
Gotta support
Scary
each other.
stories.
Should we hit the lights?
As a nurse in a post-surgical unit, patients come from hundreds of miles away to get their operations here. The surgeons are known to be the best. But what we don't tell the patients, what we're not supposed to tell them, is that this one is haunted.
Okay.
There have been more than a few events that have raised the hair on the back of my neck, and some have sent me into hysterical screaming fits. There was that time a few months ago when a patient told me she saw a woman wearing a red kimono stand beside her bed and watch her all night. The
Fuck.
patient didn't
That's what
see
I'm
her
talking about.
face, as her black hair covered it.
Ooh.
Really? Where did you see her? There. She was standing right there.
The patient
I could do
pointed
that.
at the curtains with a
You
fearful
should.
face.
The next
I pulled
next
back
scary
the
story.
curtains and showed her myself. All of the other beds were empty, and there was no visitors or staff in the room with her. As
Oh,
if that
fuck me.
wasn't disturbing enough, a few weeks later, a different patient said the same thing when she had been left alone in the same room.
Did you see her face? Oh, no, but I saw something else.
The patient was trembling like a timid rabbit.
What did you see? Her head was touching the ceiling.
Oh.
Her neck stretched up so high, almost like a snake.
This lady's inspiring.
Now, that made my skin crawl a bit. I looked at the watch. It was 2:30 in the morning, and I was already tired from pulling
Oh,
a
fuck
night
no.
shift back to back in a row. I gave the patient some medicines to help her sleep. Once she fell asleep, I decided to stay awake in that ward. The ward has 6 beds, and only one of them has a patient. Rests were neatly made, white beds waiting for their temporary owner. I picked up a magazine and sat on a chair. After 15 minutes, I could barely keep my eyes open. I knew it was against hospital rules, but I still laid down on the corner-side bed. It was honestly a quick and much-needed nap. I don't recall the time when I heard running footsteps on the wooden floor. I got up thinking someone has come, but found no one. The ward was empty like before. The one patient was now snoring.
Hello? Is anyone here?
My senses sharpened once I heard a woman's chuckling voice.
What
The
the
door was closed like I had left it a few moments back. This proves that the chuckle took place inside this room.
Mrs. Tanaka? Are you sleepwalking again?
I couldn't turn on the lights as it'll wake up the ailing patient. The night lamp wasn't enough, so I switched on the flashlight on my phone. I saw a woman dressed in a red kimono standing right beside the door. She was far from me, so I couldn't see her face. But one thing I could tell was that she was staring at me with an ear-to-ear smile.
What the fuck?
God!
A sudden call from my mom almost gave me a heart attack.
Hi, Mom. Why are you still awake? Coco, are you all right? I'm perfectly fine, but why are you asking me this in the middle of the night? I had a very bad dream. Where are you? I'm at the hospital, Mom. Where else would I be? It's my night shift. Again. Did you say night shift? Yeah, why? I just saw you dozing off at your night shift and you were being watched by this strange woman. She wore this red kimono and was...
Before my mom could finish her sentence, the call got disconnected. The phone dropped off from my shivering hands. With a slow, erratic heartbeat, I turned around where I saw the creepy woman a few seconds back. But she was gone.
Hello? What do you want?
My eyes searched the entire room, but the woman was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, my phone lit up once again. It was again my mom calling. I crouched down to pick up my phone and accidentally my eyes went towards the patient's bed. I could see a pair of red feet peeking under a red kimono. I jumped and looked above the bed. There was no one.
What? Is this a nightmare?
By now, I have started to lose my mind. I just saw a woman's feet under the bed, but when I looked up, there was no one standing beside the patient's bed. I crouched down once again, and now again, I saw those bare feet. The nails on the big toes were missing, revealing the red, puffy flesh underneath. I froze in that position. I was scared to look up when suddenly the feet started rotating to the back. A loud, horrifying sound of bones breaking took place with each movement of them.
Goodness
My
gracious.
voice died down in my throat. I knew what the patients kept saying about this ward is true, and I might not probably make it out of this room alive tonight. Just when I was on the verge of crying, the woman's neck dropped and her head started to roll down on the floor. Like a snake, her long neck stretched to inhuman lengths and started coming at me. I got up and started running towards the opposite side. I aimed for the door, but before I could get out, I tripped and fell. I laid on my back, knowing the laughter has come from a close distance. I didn't want to turn
You lying,
around,
bitch.
but I knew I have to. My head slowly arched back to catch a glimpse, and the woman's head was touching the ceiling. Her mouth was open, and blood was dripping from it.
Ew.
Her swirled, twisted neck moved side to side like a bobbing spring.
Uchimaru.
I don't remember when I
That's all I see.
fainted.
Breakdancing.
I naturally left that job at the hospital after my parents picked me up
Oh.
from the hospital. I was down with a fever. My grandma says Japanese
With a
people
fever?
believe in
With
this
a
urban
fever.
legend, which goes by the name Roku.
Roku.
They are said to be vengeful spirits roaming around at night. They love drinking their victim's blood, which made sense for her bleeding mouth. I don't know why she let me go or any other patient who stayed in that ward. There's still no news of her hurting anyone, but I guess she gets bored alone, hence decides to play with people for her entertainment. Whatever the reason may be, I'm never going near that hospital ever again.
Well,
That's pretty scary.
Honestly, the visual was kind of weird. So I was getting ready to like end it, and then I see just a snake head just like this.
no, that video that was wild. The sound effects were crazy.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good video, honestly.
How'd you guys feel about that?
was
Boo Boo was
bro. I
fucking-
was so-
Boo Boo was
like-
I was
Boo Boo
getting-
was in it, dude.
Until that part, he's like,
what
gotcha,
the
bitch.
I was getting kind of spooked. And then the bitch fucking trip. What the fuck? You dumb bitch.
Always.
Cliche.
What channel is that?
Urban Tetris.
Shout outs Urban Tetris.
Shout outs Urban Tetris.
Hopefully we don't get copyrighted.
Well put together.
Very well and very well acted.
I'm
She was
fucking- I'm fucking
inspiring.
with the
I should be doing
the
that.
effects and shit. Yeah, we need that, bro.
You
We
know what?
need you.
That's how we should start prepping
I'll
some
do
of
it
the
with you,
pods.
Mos. I'll do it.
Yeah.
We do the voice
Yeah.
recording for first,
Yeah.
and then we'll just play it.
Next time.
That way you're not having a live. Well, I
Yeah,
like it
man.
live where you guys.
It's nice live, but I be fucking up words all the time.
Yeah, me
like that
too.
last story was not entertaining to listen to.
No, it was entertaining to a point where it was just. You were right. It was a lengthy one, and it
It was
didn't
a
really
lengthy
get
one.
anywhere.
I thought it was gonna be scary. It
You
was the
know-
number one on the thing right there.
I was hoping like someone died and get killed or
me
something.
too.
Someone died. Or someone went missing.
I thought it was
but-
gonna be like the Bong Chong Dong ghost.
Bong Chong. You should have read that one.
Everybody knows that one.
Not
I wanted to get
everyone.
a deep
I don't know what
cut.
the fuck
The
that
Bong
is.
Chong what? Who?
The Bong Chong Dong.
Bong
Yeah.
Chong Dong? I don't know what the fuck
Should
that
we
is.
do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
The Bong
Let's
Chong
do-
Dong.
Well, the Bong Chong Dong is a video.
Yeah,
That's what it's famous for. Have you guys not seen that one?
I have. You know,
You gotta watch it, bro.
dude, we gotta do the Kleenex video.
What's the Kleenex
Oh, you
video?
told me about that too.
Yeah, there's a Kleenex curse. It's
I have
it's
no
a
idea.
Every
Kleenex
commercial, if you watch the
curse.
commercial,
dude,
everybody's
yeah.
died after
And you know
it,
what's
whatever.
crazy is that song they use turned into like an EDM song that's really well known. I don't even know what song it is, but every time I watch it, Tommy's like, "Yeah, this song fucking scares me." He's like,
The Kleenex song. Hey, let's play that for the outro real quick. Let's play that for the
no,
outro.
I'm not playing that shit right now. What the fuck?
Is it curse?
It's
Like
a
the
curse.
song is a curse.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if the song's first, but the video or like the recording of the commercial, it's a commercial, right? Hold on, let me actually play it and then you guys can hear what I'm talking
But
about.
I don't want to get cursed, bro. Everybody that doesn't want to get cursed got to leave the room right now.
Kleenex curse.
Oh, goodness.
I'm just curious now.
So
The Kleenex curse.
Like, you're going to be cursing everybody that's listening. I mean, if they got this far.
It's a fine day, people open windows.
This is a
they
fucking
leave
commercial for Kleenex.
houses just for a short
It's like-
while.
and this is like an EDM song that's really well known, I guess. I don't know what song it
They
is.
look at the grass, they look at the sky.
So you hear this,
This
right?
is a legit commercial.
This is normal, right? This is the normal version of
Kind
it.
of creepy.
It's
No,
going to be
I'm gonna show P. Like,
It sounds like that one 80s song.
day, people
look how
open
creepy that is, right?
windows,
It's like a
they
little
leave houses
like devil
just
baby.
for a short while.
This is a
They
Kleenex
look at
commercial?
This is a Kleenex commercial.
and they look at
So
the
after
grass.
they shot the commercial,
Okay, turn that shit off.
after they shot the commercial though, a bunch of people died that were on set off the set, and then supposedly if you watch that commercial before like 12 a.m. or something, it will switch at 12 a.m. while you're watching it, and it gets all this
But you
distorted.
have to watch it at
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
What time is it right now?
Wait, we're too far away. We're too far away. But it hasn't happened to me yet. So like I watched someone watch the distorted version that happened to them.
Really?
Like they showed the clock, they showed their phone, and it's like 11:59. They start playing the commercial, and then right when it hits 12, it goes,
Jeez.
and it gets reverbed, and it gets all crazy. And I'm
my
like,
God.
damn, I watched this commercial like a million times. Yeah, I'm into
Taste-
spooky shit.
Taste finna.
Oh my god.
Why, that kind of reminded me of like Squid Games.
That song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Kinda
though.
like-
The melody, huh?
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, yeah.
It sounded like an 80s song too.
Yeah, no, but it was like it's a deep
old
cut.
ass commercial,
like it had to be 80s,
That's
80s,
wild.
70s.
This old ass commercial.
There's no way they fucking put a fucking devil baby in the fucking.
Dude,
Kleenex
imagine if
commercial.
that, because back in the day you just watched TV and that song came on.
They had to take it off. That shit was
I'd be-
crazy.
We'd be watching Cartoon Network. Like, oh fuck!
You were hitting
Turn it off.
me.
Turn it off.
All right, y'all. That's episode 20. Thank you guys for tuning
Shout
in.
outs, y'all, man.
If you
Thank
guys want to
you.
listen to more scary stories, if you guys want to submit scary stories,
Please
to us,
submit them.
submit them to offthemenupodcast@gmail.com or pod. I'll put it in the bottom. I'll put it in our caption or the description.
Get this video to 55 likes for me.
Get this video to
100.
100 likes. P will stay in a closet for 10 minutes by himself at the Stanley Hotel.
And we'll film it.
Crazy.
Okay? Get us there before September 29th.
Y'all really don't want to see me again, huh?
Thanks
Or
for
they
tuning
might
in,
want to see
y'all.
you come out of the closet.
Crazy.
Peace out, y'all.
Thanks
Be
for
yourself.
tuning in. Thank you.
Be excellent. Be beautiful. Be yourself.
Be spooky.
Tell 'em.